Darling, we have to talk about reciprocity. What does reciprocity look like for you? What does life look like when you are being poured into in exchange for your gifts, your talents, your skills, your love, and your energy? And I'm asking specifically, what does reciprocity look like for you? Because you might have a specific desire around reciprocity. What feels reciprocal, what you need to feel satisfied, might be different than the next person. So I invite you to sit and take a second and really think, what does reciprocity look like for you? Maybe reciprocity looks like you post on social media and you get likes in return. Maybe reciprocity looks like you share your ideas in a meeting and you get recognition in the company newsletter in return. Maybe reciprocity looks like you share your ideas and get a promotion in return. What reciprocity looks like for me is life being grateful for my existence and my presence. I've had a couple clients over the past couple of months bring up this concept of getting paid to exist. I guess that's the popular thing right now. This idea and concept of getting paid to exist. And so this is my take on getting paid to exist. What it's looking like and feeling like for me is, number one, being a woman who considers herself to be valuable. The idea of getting paid to exist, to me, that would mean that I am seen as a valuable woman. Seen by a valuable woman in terms of the people that I work with, but also seen as a valuable woman on earth. What would that look like and what would that feel like if life appreciated me being here on earth? And it gets a little bit woo-woo because I was thinking about reciprocity. I feel so calm because I just did a meditation. I created a new meditation and then I practiced the meditation to try it out. It's really, really good. So I feel very calm right now, which is so funny because usually when I'm recording my podcast episodes, my mind is going a mile a minute. So this is just weird for me. So anyway, I was having a download about reciprocity. I don't remember how, but we've talked via email in my Third Time's a Charm newsletter or the YouTube post, whatever, about that idea and concept of the monitoring spirits on the Instagram and how it felt so disrespectful to me to post and then people who watch my stories all of the time for them to not like the post. It felt weird to me. And now I can look back and I can say, I just didn't feel like there was a reciprocity on Instagram. There's been multiple times in my business across multiple platforms where I felt like I'm giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And it's like, I'm not receiving what I want to receive in exchange for what I'm giving. And there's a couple things that come up here. Number one, in my business, it's my responsibility to give what I want to give and to give from my heart. Otherwise, I'm going to be resentful and I'm going to be angry. So when I am giving and I'm upset about what I'm receiving back, whether it's likes or clients or whatever, that's a sign to me that I'm not giving from my heart. Because I do believe in giving free stuff and giving support just to give free stuff, just to give support. You could listen to the Naked and Noisy podcast forever and ever and ever and never buy a course, whatever. It's free. I'm giving it to you. You could get inside of the free resource library and create amazing results and use it to shift your energy and never buy or enroll in any of my courses. That's fine. I'm giving it to you for free. You could read every single email that I send and never enroll in anything. That's fine. I'm giving it to you for free. But when I notice myself getting in this energy or this headspace or thinking like, I'm giving all of this, I'm putting all of this time, energy, and effort, I'm paying somebody to post on my social media, and this is what I'm receiving in return. This doesn't feel like reciprocity. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't even want to be on Instagram. I don't even want to be on Facebook. And we've already had that conversation, right? So I've been going deeper within myself instead of doing more work, instead of posting more, instead of doing more videos, instead of creating more podcast episodes and, just taking physical action in order to move the needle forward in my business. I've been going deeper in my mindset work, deeper in my self-worth work, deeper in my reflection, deeper in my inner child healing. And as I've been going deeper and as I've been reflecting, I realized, wait a second, there is something there for me to look at. Because on the one hand, I was like, fuck it, we're just not going to do Instagram and Facebook. Like, good riddance, I'm done. And then also I realized, hold on, there's a bigger theme here around reciprocity. There's a bigger theme here. This is something that I have experienced multiple times throughout the years of my business, where it's like I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving, and people are not buying, or people are not giving back to me, or the world is not giving back to me, because it's not always about money. Sometimes it's just about likes. And how it's like, that's really fucking weird that you would see this post and not like it. That's really fucking weird to me. And weird is not an emotion, so that's not an acceptable answer. What's going on here? It's deeper than I feel like this is weird. And as I go deeper within myself and as I reflect, I realize and I understand, oh, this is about reciprocity. I don't feel like I am receiving an equal exchange for the amount of time, energy, and effort that I am putting into this. I don't feel like there's reciprocity here. And when there's no reciprocity, I don't want to give, which is normal, right? And so sometimes the answer is to give less when there's no reciprocity. And then other times the answer is to tap into the energy of reciprocity. And in my case, I did both. I'm no longer giving on Instagram and Facebook because I don't like the platforms. We've talked about it, I feel, a million times. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Instagram and Facebook is dead for me when it comes to this particular work. When I get back on Instagram, it will be for beautiful pictures and photography like the app was originally fucking intended. It will not be to sell you something. I don't give a shit. And that's just where I am. So yes, it did look like me giving less to Instagram and Facebook, but then it also looked like me tapping into the energy of reciprocity. And as I sat and I tapped into this energy of reciprocity and I began to take my mind to places that it's never gone before, the question that came to me was, what does reciprocity look like for you? What do you want when it comes to reciprocity? Do you want to post on social media and get likes in return? And it's like, yes and no. On the one hand, when I see likes, I don't really see money. When I think of reciprocity, what I desire in terms of reciprocity, I think of AdSense money. I think of money through ads. I think of generating more money through income. I think of sales. That's what feels like reciprocity to me. The lifestyle of my desire feels like reciprocity for me. So I'm not really focusing on the likes. But if you care about the likes, and if the likes are something that light you up, then you can focus on the likes. Do whatever you want, right? And so as I'm playing around with this energy of reciprocity, I think about Amanda Frances and I think about something that she says all of the time. If you're familiar with her work, you've heard her say it before. She says, "My work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation." My work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. And in one of her courses, I don't know which, it's a course, it's a bundle, it's something that I'm in. And she says, she's talking about making money. And she's basically saying how she gives and some people might not ever buy, but the people who do buy basically support her. And so in my mind, I kind of started to expand and see money and see sales in a different way, where instead of it just being, yes, you're buying this service, yes, you're buying this product, yes, you're buying this offer, and I'm receiving money in exchange, I started to open my perspective and see it in a little bit more of a spiritual sense, see it in a little bit more of a woo-woo sense, where it's like the way that she's talking about it and the way that it feels energetically is that she is making money because she's a vibrational match to however much every single month. And that money is flowing to her as compensation for the work that she's doing in the world. She said before in a training or something that she feels like she gets paid for everything that she does. That money might look different in the way that it flows, but she feels like she gets paid for like her posts and like her free content and all of that stuff. Even if the people reaping the rewards don't pay her directly, she still feels like she gets paid. She still feels like she gets to be compensated. Are you following me? So it feels like this idea of being compensated this idea of being paid to exist, this idea of being supported by the world, I just started playing around with it. What do I want to give? What lights me up to give? And also, what do I want to receive in return? And so as I continue to play around with it, I write down another question. What does life look like when your efforts and energy are acknowledged and appreciated in a way that fills you up? How do you want to be acknowledged and appreciated? And then I have written down after that a little affirmation. I am compensated all of the time for all of the good that I do in the world. And so then in my mind, it became like about my lifestyle, about my experiences, not in a hyper masculine way where I'm selling one course and I'm getting $2,000 for one student that's enrolled in the Receiver's Mindset course, but instead, in a more broad sense, it began to feel like I'm showing up and I'm teaching what I feel inspired to teach, and I'm giving in the way that I feel inspired to give. And in return, I am living the lifestyle that I desire to live. I am financially supported abundantly, and I have the amount of wealth that I desire to have because I'm living in a world that appreciates my existence. I'm living in a world that appreciates my presence in my romantic relationship. I'm in a relationship with someone who appreciates my presence. I'm compensated all of the time for all of the good that I do in the world. I am compensated all of the time for all of the good that I am in the world. I am compensated all of the time for how I share my talents, gifts, and energy with the world. It feels like being appreciated. And so I end up recording this meditation. It's a little bit under 12 minutes, like 11 minutes and 48 seconds. And it's so freaking good. I was like, I have to do a meditation for this. I've been adding some meditations to the Receiver's Mindset course. I just added a meditation that I did from the Capricorn new moon in there about your limitless reality. And that one's pretty good. And then I just felt to do another one. I was like, I want to tap into the energy of reciprocity. I don't want to do a full training on reciprocity, but I want to give these women something that's going to help them tap into the energy of reciprocity, receiving in exchange for what you give to the world. And sometimes what you give to the world is your presence. Sometimes what you give to the world is your energy. Sometimes what you give to the world is your being. You're welcome that I exist. You're welcome that you have access to my energy, and that access to my energy, it elevates you and it aligns you and it supports you. And you're grateful. So I record this meditation and I sit down and I listen to the meditation. I go through it. It's so fucking good. And the energy is literally just like living in a world that is constantly saying, thank you. Thank you for existing. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for how you serve. Thank you for how you teach. Thank you for how you support me. And in exchange for my presence, in exchange for my energy, in exchange for the way that I serve, I am rewarded with comfort. I am rewarded with my desire. I'm rewarded with a great apartment with a lovely view. I'm rewarded with amazing clothes. I'm rewarded with love. I'm rewarded with appreciation, right? Things that make me feel acknowledged, things that make me feel appreciated, things that make me feel satisfied, not just from one person directly, but from life. That experience of going out into the world and feeling aligned and just having great days, like when people are just taking care of you, when people are just going out of their way to be lovely to you and to support you. What would life be like if you were in a constant state of being rewarded for existing? If you were in a constant state of the world being grateful, the world expressing gratitude for your existence and your contribution, your creativity, your energy, your gifts, your talents, your skills, your love, your positive focus, that energy of appreciation, that energy of acknowledgement. So that's what I'm tapping into now. That's what I'm going deeper and deeper into now. What does reciprocity look like for you? And for those of us who have been in that hyper-masculine cycle where we're working really hard, or we're working ourselves to exhaustion, or we're giving and giving and giving and nobody's giving back. That's your answer. Number one, figure out the ways that you're giving but you don't really want to give and stop that. And number two, practice tapping into the energy of reciprocity. Practice tapping into the energy of living in a world that shows up for you and takes care of you. And of course, you can listen to this podcast to do it, and you can tap into that 12-minute meditation, which is inside of the Receiver's Mindset course, to powerfully tap into that energy as well. When I get done recording this and uploading this podcast episode, I'm going to embed the podcast episode and the meditation inside of the Receiver's Mindset. So by the time that you're listening to this, it will be there and available for you to dig into. And it's so crazy because with my meditations, I always aim for them to be around 10 minutes long. When it gets into the 20-minute territory, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's too long, which is my own thing and my own thing to move through, but whatever. I like a short meditation. I want to get in there. I want to shift my energy powerfully, and I want to get out of there, right? So I do the meditation. It's like 11 minutes, 48 seconds long. And once I'm in the meditation and we're getting to the end of the meditation, I'm like, no, this is way too short. It needs to be longer. So I love that. I love how calm I feel after doing the meditation. I love how at peace I feel. And if I want the meditation to be longer, I'll just do it again. And it's such a nice short meditation that I can do it in the morning and I can do it at night. And it's such a beautiful extra boost inside of the already powerful transformative energy of the Receiver's Mindset course. I was just listening to module 1 and the things I'm talking about in terms of your energy and your value and the importance of you receiving what you want and desire. It's like this meditation and this podcast episode, it just complements it so well. It just takes it even further. It takes you even deeper. And I just love this program. So check out the Receiver's Mindset course. It is an amazing program. It's 3 modules long, but the reason why it's only 3 modules long with our bonuses and the pre-work is because the modules are not just one video. It's, multiple videos. It's audio trainings. It's text trainings. It's now meditations. It's amazing and it's robust and it's transformative. And I love the program so much. It's a program about how to develop the mindset of the woman who receives her desires on demand. And what that looks like in a practical sense is being a woman who has self-worth, a strong, healthy sense of self-worth. And your self-worth is defined by how you believe that you deserve to be treated. And when you've got that healthy sense of self-worth, that strong supportive sense of self-worth, you know that you are an important, significant woman who matters and belongs. So when you have that sense of self-worth and you know that you're an important, significant woman who matters and belongs, and then you've got some mindset tools that help you argue in favor of your receiving, that help you use your mind and your energy to align with your next level of receiving, your next level of money, your next level of care, your next level of support in the world, you are a powerful magnet for receiving. You must receive. When I know that it's good for me to receive next level income, and I spend my time arguing in favor, meaning energetically aligning with next level income, the next level income comes in with ease. Do you feel me? And receiving isn't hard, it's not difficult. But because we have childhood experiences and we live in societies that teach us that we are unworthy, that teach us directly and indirectly that we have to work harder, that we have to be something different than what we are, because we have the expectation and the fear that the world isn't going to show up for us, that we're not going to be taken care of, that we can't really live out our dreams, it becomes hard and difficult and impossible for us to simply align our minds. So the Receiver's Mindset course is about clearing space, creating resolve, and healing your past so that you actually have the room to tell the new story, so that you actually have the capacity to expect money and to expect love and to expect to be taken care of. You can't hold that vibration while your subconscious mind is screaming, you're going to be neglected, you're going to be abandoned, you're taking too much from others, you're a burden, you're not good enough to receive, nobody's going to buy this, nobody's going to love you, right? When you have those thoughts going on in your subconscious mind, you can't sustain that new vibration. It's hard and it's difficult to believe that the world is going to show up for you. It's hard and it's difficult to believe that you can receive at your next level. It's hard and it's difficult to believe that you can go higher. So the Receiver's Mindset course is handling all of those bases. You're going to learn to assess your past. You're going to use the content again and again and again to go deeper and deeper and to heal your inner children so that you can be the leader of your mind and the leader of your life and the parent that your inner child needs. And you can clearly communicate to yourself that you are an important, significant woman who matters and belongs. And you can take that self-concept and you can then begin to tap into the energy. You can begin to tap into the reality where you're taken care of, where you're supported, where you're making your desired level of income, and then your desired level of income after that, and then your desired level of income after that, and so on and so forth. But it's not just about money. It's about recognition. It's about praise. It's about love. It's about relationships. It's about your lifestyle. It's about you receiving whatever it is that God has put on your heart to experience in this lifetime. It's a course about learning how to heal from your past so that your subconscious can get out of the way of your blessings and your goodness and your happiness and your emotionally fulfilled life. It's about having an embodied sense of worthiness so that you know you deserve to receive, not just in theory, but in practice. When you know it, it's easier for you to show up and do the scripting work and vibrate in alignment with it. And in manifestation, when you don't have hang-ups, when your subconscious mind is not screaming that you can't receive, that you're not capable, that you're not good enough, that you're going to fail, that you're going to lose it all, when your energy just feels clear, when your subconscious mind is saying you've got this, when your subconscious mind is saying you're worthy, when your subconscious mind is saying it is good and okay, when your subconscious mind is giving you the green light to receive, the second that you, with your conscious mind, tap into the energy of receiving, shit manifests, and it manifests quickly. I am a living, breathing example. I now have an experience where I can manifest money and I can manifest sales even without trying, even without a post, even without going live on YouTube to do readings. If I don't want to go live, I just don't. Even if I need money for something, even if I need money for a bill, I don't. I tap into the energy of money flowing. I tap into the energy of sales. And boom, 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 boom. You've just got a new order. I manifest students in my courses. I manifest sales. And it's easy. But the reason why I'm having this life experience now is because I do the inner child work, because I do the mindset work. I have the receiver's mindset. So I'm now living a life where I'm able to receive on demand. And what I'm doing right now is going deeper and taking it higher. It's time to receive larger levels of money, larger amounts of money in single settings. That's what I'm working on. And instead of working harder and taking more action, I'm going deeper. I'm starting the Receiver's Mindset course over. I'm back in Module 1. I'm going deeper and connecting with inner children. I'm healing at a deeper level. Your mindset work and your manifestation work and your healing work is cyclical. You don't just look at the shit once and then it's done. You heal one layer, and then as you go higher, you heal another layer. You go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like an onion. And the higher you go with your income, the higher you go with your life, the higher you go with your emotional fulfillment, the deeper you're going within yourself. The deeper you're going in your self-awareness, the deeper you're going in your self-love, the deeper you're going in your conviction that you deserve to receive, that you deserve to be taken care of, that you deserve to be loved. And then the deeper you're going in your faith. Oh, such a good program. Such a good episode. I love you so much. I hope that you enjoy it, and I will talk to you in the next episode. If you want to learn exactly what you're getting inside of the modules of the Receiver's Mindset, you can click the link in the show notes or the description, depending on how you're listening, and you can learn more about the program, what's inside, and you can enroll and get instant access to all of the contents. I love you so, so much. Did I tell you to click the link? I did. Click the link. You can learn more and enroll and get instant access. Okay. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.